G'day guys, how's it going? Welcome to vlog number 11. A little bit different this one. It's a Friday. I've stayed down in Adelaide after working last night. Usually I'm back home, back at Tailem Bend, which is about an hour and 15 minutes away. Usually I'm back home at about 7:30 in the morning and have the weekend off. But today I thought I'd stay down here. My son's away on a footy trip up in Queensland. Nothing much happening on at Tailem Bend tonight, so I thought I'll change my schedule and we'll go and have a game of poker at the casino on a Friday night and see what it's like. So just heading in now, gonna get a park, not too sure what the bloody time even is. I reckon it's about 5:45 or something, so I'm gonna go and get a park, have a bit of tea and hit the tables and see what it's like. Hopefully I'll catch you guys a little bit later on. G'day guys, had a bloody loss last night at the casino, $180. I hate losing. I know it's going to happen, but I hate bloody losing. But we're going to get back on the bike. It happens. I'm just heading to see Mum. So while we're here, we're just actually going past the farm. That's the farm where where I was brought up. My nephew lives there now, so I'm heading up to see Mum. But back to the poker, had a loss. I don't know, you get this, been going reasonably good. You sort of get to that stage where you think, hey, that little dream of becoming a pro could happen. And then you have a night like last night and you're just thinking, wow, it's so hard. Last night, the first table I was on, I think I was, before it shut at about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, I was actually about 20 bucks up. Went to another table, got caught with a fairly aggressive guy to my left, and he just seemed to get me every time. I should have got up and left, gone to another table, but I got it in my head that, no, I'm going to get him in a minute, Didn't happen, and ended up losing, so a little bit my fault. But yeah, I don't know, besides not getting the cars, I just didn't get a run on. I felt like I played rubbish too. When I went to the second table, I'm pretty sure I looked like a bloody one of those beginners that I want coming to my table. So a little bit disgusted with that. Hopefully I can learn from it, become better because of it. Nothing really to get too upset about, but I hate losing, same as you guys. But we know it's going to happen, and there's going to be a lot longer losing streaks than this in my lifetime. So we get back on the bike and we give it another crack. Probably have a game next Friday night in the shed. We're due for one. As I said, heading out to see Mum. Haven't seen her for a few weeks, so I'm just going up here for a few hours to catch up. Going to head back to the pub tonight. We've got the last last round of the World Speedway Championships on at Etihad Stadium in Melbourne. It's an indoor stadium. They usually play Australian rules football in it. This is the last round of the World Speedway Championships, where most of the other rounds, I think about 14 other rounds, are all held over in Europe. Didn't have one in America this year. They have had a couple in America, but not this year. And we've got Jason Doyley leading the World Championship from Australia, 16 points up, going to the last round. I should have been over there to watch it, but I was going if I won on Tuesday night, but I didn't get in the cash, so I didn't bother going. So hopefully we're going to watch it on TV tonight. If you haven't seen Speedway, I'm going to put it on one race after this, just to show you what it's like. Great to watch on TV, great to watch live. Each race only goes for about 1 minute, so there's a bit of action all the time. Racing on 500cc motorbikes with no brakes, no gears, engines in a frame not much bigger than a bloody mountain bike, so crazy things to ride. This is the sport I used to do when I was a lot younger and slimmer. I raced over in England for 3 years for the Canterbury Crusaders Speedway team. It's all teams racing in Europe, plus a few individual events, but mainly teams racing. And my son Sam raced over in England for 5 years. Also, he got signed up by the who did he get signed up? He got signed up by Oxford Speedway team when he was 15 years of age, after winning an Australian Junior Championship. So it's my favourite sport, love watching it. Don't go very often these days, usually just watch it a bit on TV and check out all the results on the internet. But yeah, great little sport. So that's it. We had a loss, not happy. I think that's a good thing though, not being happy there. Got to improve my game. Been playing okay until last night, where I thought, especially the last 2 or 3 hours, I went slightly on tilt and played like a complete goose. So we'll catch you guys in the next vlog. See ya. So just a quick one I forgot to mention earlier on, while I'm sitting here doing the editing. On the Tuesday night I went to the match room and played in a tournament. It was their tournament week. I think they called it Challenge Week, so all the tournaments are a little bit bigger. I couldn't afford to go in the big one. The big one was a $1,500 tournament on the Friday with $33,000 up top. But I decided to go in the 345 one on Tuesday. That had $8,000 for the winner. Didn't go too good, wasn't really expecting too much, but I just wanted to have a crack anyway. Got knocked out on about the fourth level. They started having antes on level 3. Once the ante started, I did not win a pot. So probably the highlight of that was one hand. I had my brother-in-law, John, who'll probably watch this, in one hand, and I flopped a straight flush. And I played it pretty shit. I think I checked around a bit, and then I was probably hoping that he had an ace-high flush or something there, so I did a bit of a stupid bet and he folded. I just thought it might have been an early Christmas present from him. He could have doubled me up, but no, it was yeah, a little bit of a stupid bet. First time I think I've ever had one, so getting one on the flop, I didn't really know what I was doing, so I played it pretty rough. But yeah, not a bad night, but no good. So not a real good week this week, losing at the casino and losing at the match room. So, as I said, not a real good night. I don't think I played too good, got a bit on tilt, so, and probably a little bit card dead, but more my fault, I think. Going to do, I think, 3 hand reviews here. Can you share my pair again? Not too sure if I like it or not. Going to try and get something a bit better, or get my own made up when I work out how to do it. A little bit too dumb to work it out at the moment, so the easiest one for me at the moment is share my pair. So that's what we're going to use for these. So with this first hand, I'm on the big blind. I end up getting a pair of kings. It ends up folding around to the middle player on seat 9. And he calls for the $2. It then folds around to the hijack, which is on seat 2, and he calls and then folds back around to me, where I put in a bit of a raise up to $22. Middle player calls, and so does seat number 2, the hijack. So we get the flop now. Flop's not too bad. Queen of hearts, 6 of clubs, 8 of hearts, so not too bad for me pair of kings. I do a continuation bet, $32. It gets called and the hijack folds. We get a 3 of clubs there, so two-way flush now. I'm still looking pretty good. Bet 42. He calls, and then worried about the flush. 4 of hearts come down, so thinking I might be in a bit of trouble here, so I check it. He all of a sudden goes all in. He only had $84, so I end up calling anyway. And as it happened, he had the flush. End of story. So as I said, having a bit of a rough night. Not playing real well, a little bit on tilt. When I get into this hand where I end up getting dealt King 9 offsuit, probably the best hand I'd had for a little while. It folds around to the middle player, who ends up raising it to $17, and then folded then around to the hijack, who calls, and then around to me, where I put in a call, and the 2 blinds both fold. So 3 runners here, and flop's not too bad. I end up getting top pair with the 9, and also obviously a pretty good kick with the king, and with the 7 of clubs and a 3 of diamonds. So middle player ends up betting 24. Hijack folds, and I put in a bit of a raise here, up to $50. The middle player then goes all in for $163. So I'm a bit on tilt. I think generally it should have been a good easy fold, but I was a bit desperate. I end up calling, and ends up being probably the best hand I had for the night, where started behind and I actually got something. I ended up getting a 9 on the turn and a king on the river to fill up, so ended up getting a nice little pot of $381. So just one last hand here, just to show you how my night was going. I'm in middle position here. I end up getting a pair of jacks. As it is, under the gun +1 ends up raising it to 22. I call. Gets around to the cutoff, who ends up raising it to 45. Button calls. Under the gun +1 calls, and so do I. So we get to see the flop here, and a bit how my night was going. Ace of spades, king of spades, 5 of diamonds, so nothing there for me. Checks back around to the cutoff, bets 42, and everyone else ends up folding. So bit of a rough night, but you got to expect them every now and again. Didn't lose too much, 180, so that's the way it goes. We'll get back on the grind, and we'll get it back hopefully next time.
And it's Patrick Gday coffee inside gate. Bartosz Smarslik, gate number 2. Jason Doyle, the new champion of the world, gate number 3. And Ty Woffenden off gate number 4. So 3 of the top 3 riders, all 3 of the top riders is what I'm trying to say,
yeah, you get
are
there
in the final. We get there eventually.
Yeah, you haven't got too much time, but you've got there anyway. But yeah, the top 3 in the world going head-to-head. The brand new top 3 going head-to-head here. And Smarslik, the last year's number 3 in the world, just for good measure. So a fabulous lineup for the last race of the Grand Prix Series. Should be quite a treat. Dudek on the inside, could be favourite from there. Doyle out of gate 3 might yield a real good run round the mid part of the track in that first corner. Woffenden delighted to be world number 3, I'm sure, on the outside. Great night of speedway here in Melbourne. Can't wait for the final.
Well, it's a big call to try and decide a winner. Maybe that gate one for Dudek might give him the advantage. But pick a winner out of this lot. Here we go, the final race of the year. Oh, Smarslik just moved at the start there, but Dudek has made a good one off the inside gate. Now Doyle is going to try the big run around the outside. Jason Doyle can't quite get there. Dudek and Doyle, the top two in the world, wheel to wheel. Dudek holding on superbly, and now Woofenden's catching up. Smarslik's in there as well. Oh, how close can you get?
Oh, you can't get any closer and not stay on. Fabulous opening lap of Speedway from Dudek. Doyle coming on strong again in second place. Woofenden through the third.
Here it comes!
Oh, pushing
Oh my
hard.
goodness!
Dudek just about hanging on.
Jason Doyle! Dudek's packed up! Unbelievable here! What a speedway race!
Oh,
Here in Melbourne, it's the last lap of the year. Happy Christmas, everyone! Happy New Year! And it's a happy 2017 for Jason Doyle! Winner of the 2017 QBE Insurance Australian FIM Speedway Grand Prix in the Etihad, and he is the new champion of the world!
what a race that was. Such a shame for Dudek to have some sort of mechanical issue, but the battle between Dudek and Doyle, if that's what we're going to witness in 2018, roll on 2018. A fabulous night of Speedway. We suspected it was going to be some grandstand finish, and so it proved. Doyle riding like a champion, wins on the night, no real surprise. He's that way inclined, that's the way he's wired. Great performance from him. The Australians absolutely delighted. Consecutive wins for Australians here in the Etihad. But what a night of Speedway. And Jason Doyle wins the Grand Prix. And, wow, what can you say? World champion and winning the Grand Prix doesn't get any better.
Wow, what a night. What a night here in Melbourne. Goodness me.
Got to
Can't
feel for
believe
Dudek
it.
now.
Yeah, you have to.
Got to feel
absolutely.
for Dudek. He was having a